Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. A while back, I think it was in the summer, I started a series in Europa Universalis 4. It was something a lot of folks were asking me to do, and I wanted to find something I could do in addition to some of the other games I was playing through that was a little different than some of those. And of course, that was about the time I had the hard drive crash. I only did 2 episodes, so I thought I would restart with a new series in EU4. And I'm saving everything to the cloud, so that will not be an issue. I also have a solid state drive, which I highly recommend if you can get one. Should prevent any hard drive crashes in the future, at least as common as they seem to be. So with that said, I'm going to dive in. I like to play with custom nations, and I rarely play just the vanilla game mode. So I'm going to go ahead and use the extended timeline mod, which now starts in the year 58 AD, as you can see here. And I'm going to be making a custom nation using only 200 points, which is kind of the normal mode setting for that. And being an Ohioan, I've decided on the great nation of Ohio. You can see I've got the typical 4 provinces that go into Ohio, but I had a few points left over, so I decided to go ahead and take Delaware and Unami as well over here in what is now southern New Jersey. Of course, they're not attached, but that's going to create some unique challenges, but I thought I'd go with it anyway. We'll see how it goes. Just to kind of run through some of the other choices I made, I've chosen the High American Technology Group, which is a big chunk of my points at 75 of my 200 creation points for that. I've got Secular for my religion. I'm Shawnee in culture, which is one of the local native tribes that lived in this area. Plutocratic Republic for my government. And you can see just kind of what the bonuses are for that. Getting extra merchant, extra diplomat, some modifiers that help me in terms of unrest, tax multiplier, manpower multiplier, etc. And my ideas. My traditions, I've gone with a reduction in technology cost and a reduction in land maintenance modifier, because that's early in the game especially just a real tough thing to deal with, trying to pay for an army to upkeep when you don't have a lot of infrastructure to pay for it. Won't take the time to read through all these, but a lot of it has to deal with my military, just making sure I get some little bonuses here and there with my military. So we'll go ahead and dive in. Early in the game, I just want to kind of show you the map here. All the native tribes are kind of where they are. Obviously over in the east, it's all about Rome in 58 AD. So it'll be interesting to follow that and watch how that changes over time as some of these other nations, you know, we got the Vandals, the Goths, Francia, etc. All the way over here into the east, you've got the Han Dynasty in China. You've got Japan in its fragmented feudal state. So we'll go ahead and dive in, and have no idea how this is going to go, but it should be interesting. So early on in the game, I'm definitely going to focus on just trying to make sure that I get myself in as strong a position as possible. Being that it's only 58 AD, I should have plenty of time to worry about expanding before anybody comes across the pond, so to speak. So I'm mostly going to focus on technology and just building things up and making sure I'm as strong as possible. At some point, somebody's probably going to get mad at me and go to war with me, even though I probably won't have done anything to them. So we'll see how this goes. Only mission we're going to be able to select at the beginning of the game is improve prestige, and that's not really going to be all that easy. Looks like I'm making almost 1 gold per month, so that's a good start. I honestly don't think I'm going to do a whole lot early in the game. People in Delaware claim to be secular. Okay, so they all changed to irreligious. That's fine. So a lot of things going on around me. I'm going to, before I even do anything here, I'm just going to focus on trying to get along well, especially with the nations that surround my faraway lands over here. Lenape Indians, I descend from Lenape Indians, so I definitely want to get along with them because they're in my family tree. Let's take a look at our merchants real quick here. else I can go with that right now. Alright, typical response to different kinds of problems. Obscurantism was a frequent behavior in most nations, at least until the Age of Enlightenment arose in the most advanced Western nations of the European continent. So we're going to lose 10 prestige right off the bat, or have +2 national unrest for the next 5 years. Oh well, we'll go with it. Because I need to be gaining prestige, not losing it. And it's going to be hard enough to find that prestige early in the game. You're going to notice that these things move around. Being native tribes, they're kind of nomads, and they kind of roam to wherever the food is, wherever the game is. So that creates a tricky situation because, for example, right here, I would love to get my hands on this territory that Potawatomi has, because it's got a nice development score compared to some of the other ones. But by the time I would get ready to go to war with them, they'll probably have moved somewhere else. So I also have the Fast Universalis mod going, which helps the sim speed to go just a little bit quicker. And in a game where I'm starting in 58 AD, it's going to be important that I can kind of keep this moving as much as possible. I am not an expert at this game. I've played it quite a bit here and there, but I don't consider myself an expert by any stretch of the imagination. So if you have comments, observations, suggestions along the way, please feel free to use the comment section below for that. I learned a great deal playing Ultimate General Civil War just from having discussions with folks about strategies. So I certainly welcome that in this as well. And for those of you who are the patrons, and they're listed in the description, I will find a way to get you worked into this game. I'm not entirely sure what the best way to do that is, so if you have a suggestion on that, let me know. Otherwise, it'll probably end up being names of leaders, rulers, generals, things like that. Trade was heavily regulated during this era, but despite this, the markets were not fixed. At times, merchants would try to enter new markets or sell new goods. Merchants facing these conditions would usually demand new or higher tariffs to stop competition. You know what? I'm going to go with the diplomatic power right now. You know what? While I'm thinking about this, let's boost that stability. It's going to give me a new national decision, but I don't think it's one I want to go with. Abandon secularism. No, I'm good. So we're vastly improving relations, and just like that, we're going to recall those diplomats because they've done all they can. But we're just going to continue to try to get along with everybody here. Why is my army in a place... Oh, that's my navy. Excellent. Okay, cool. I have a navy. Okay, so, who else can we be getting along with here? The Iroquois. Of course, being a republic, I'm not going to be entering into any dynastic marriages or anything like that. I've got an extra merchant, but there's not really anywhere I can go with him right now. Alright, financially, we're looking okay. Alright, the term is up for Edward. Oh, that's right, we have a monarchy here. Or, I mean, a republic, so we can focus. See, Edward's got... Oh, yeah, we want to keep him as long as humanly possible, because he's got a better score than any of these other folks do. I believe eventually that'll turn me into a dictatorship, but oh well, that's fine. Alright, corruption is one of the most common and frequent factors in political and economic life. Never in history has this been more prominent than in those times of these feudal regimes. We'll just gain the corruption, which we will then go and root out here. Oh boy, it's expensive to root out corruption. My goodness. Alright, let's start building up the army a little bit here, because I'm worried at some point I'm going to have an issue in that department. Clubmen. Alright, you know what? We're going to wait until we can upgrade what we have in our military. Wow, we got a little while before we get there, because we're way ahead right now. We're 28 years ahead on technology because we've got 4, 4, and 4. So I guess we're not going to be upgrading technology anytime soon because we're going to max out all of our power. Wow, I got a monthly increase of 9 in each of those categories. That's fantastic. That's because I have a 666 guy here. So Republic's definitely the way to go if you want to have a nice early head start. Alright, recall the diplomats. Oh, Potawatomi has a diplomatic casus belli against me. I'll lose the 50 administrative power. I'm not going to need it anyway. Let's just try to get along with everybody for now. We're already up to November of 64, so we are moving along quite nicely here. I guess we're going to recruit some clubmen, because we're not going to be upgrading that anytime soon. Just want to make sure I have a decent military in the event that somebody decides to get aggressive with me. I'm curious to know what's going on in the rest of the world as far as the technology goes. I'm not entirely sure why I have 4 and everybody else is only at 3. I didn't do anything necessarily to start out that high. Maybe somebody knows what that is. Alright. So early game, it's mostly just about building infrastructure and looking for opportunities as they arise. And waiting ever so patiently for the ability to increase that technology. For now, though, we can spend those points on stability, which is now maxed out. Alright, yeah, we're going to keep Edward. Is he going to gain more? I would think that 6 is maxed out, so I don't think he's going to go up to 7. Yeah. Maximum monarch power reached. You've reached a maximum amount of military power. You should spend some of it. Yeah, I can't really. Oh boy, one of our merchants abroad returned home as a pauper after losing every single ducat. He has gone bankrupt and will not receive the benefits of his trade anymore. Alright. Go to free diplomat. So we're doing a good job of getting along with everybody here. In times past, the president used to be on the reverse side of the coins. Now the Republic rejects such personality cults. If we were to issue a new high-purity coin, we could improve people's faith in the coinage, and of course, all should remember who did this. We'll reject the reform, and you know what? We'll just go in and deal with the inflation. Well, the corruption issue's taken care of, so that's good. Yeah, we've got plenty of points to go ahead and get rid of that inflation problem. Yeah, definitely not worth it. Alright, we're just racking up the money right now. I don't think I really want to focus on building a navy at all right now. There's really very little I can do at the moment. Maybe build up the military some more. Let's see how long we got until... Alright, our free trade policies are forcing our merchants to become more innovative. One in particular looks like he could become a great man. So gain a skill 2 trader. Okay. We're still getting along well with all of our neighbors, so that's a good thing. Almost up to 70 AD. Technology's still a ways off because we're still 22 years ahead. Let's see what's happening. Oh, we can't see Europe, so oh well. We really have no idea what's going on in the rest of the world. I could abandon secularism and go with some kind of a religion. You know, that might not be the worst idea in the world. We're going to keep losing Republican tradition if I keep going this route, so I'll go ahead and go with another candidate, and we'll just start kind of leveling him up a little bit. Okay, nobility, gold is a sign of nobility just because I want the gold. The points mean nothing to me right now. However, what we do need to do is... Where was I? I was working on a... policy, that's it. National tax modifier, yeah, let's go with that. Give me more money. Of course, at this point in the game, it doesn't matter that much, but over time, that'll add up. Who else can we get along with here? The creek. I'm gonna build up the military some more because I can afford it. Our focus on mercantilism is making life hard for our merchants who trade in foreign places. Give them support because the diplomatic power means nothing to me right now because I am maxed out on all power. Which means I have to wait until this goes down enough to where I can spend it. In times past, the president used to be on the reserve. Yeah, we already did that. We're going to take the inflation because we're immediately going to go in and spend the money to reduce it, or spend the points to reduce it. It's a nice little racket I have going on here with that right now. I'm guessing at some point I probably am getting to the place where I could probably aggressively expand if I so choose. Of course, I have no diplomats to do that with. I'm going to get 2 more regiments, and I think that should do it as far as what I need to be able to declare a war. Alright, we're going to keep the guy we have. He's going to level up, start being more successful for me. Let's pause for just a second here. Because I need to recruit a leader. And then I want to wait until these guys get over here before I declare war on them. Because this is the land I want right here. Oh, they're going to go down there. Yeah, it doesn't work for me. Am I even able to declare war as a republic? Yeah, I guess I can. Alright, a bailiff in one of our provinces has earned a reputation as a greedy and cruel person. The local populace have gathered a petition to have him removed. Execute the bailiff. We'll ignore the planes. We'll take the stability hit because we're just going to turn around and boost it back up again. Alright, is there any territory that's worth taking right now? That one is. Okay. Alright, we're going to start marching through some unknown territory to get at the Susquehanna. Because we are going to declare war on those guys. Oh! Black news indeed. Yes. Stability drop, which we are immediately going to fix. Does he even have an army? And if so, oh, his army's down there dealing with my other territories. Alright, fair enough. Well, we'll come deal with you. Wow, he's got a bigger army than I was expecting to have to face. And now said army is going after my other territories. So it's going to be a little cat and mouse game here, as I have to chase his army around. And I ran into some natives along the way who almost defeated me. Ah, boy. This is where it gets frustrating, this game. Is when you have to play this cat and mouse game. No, we're not going to do the coin. You keep asking me about that. And he's got a good leader, too. That's not helpful. I may lose this battle. I did. Alright, we're going to need some mercenaries. Oh, you're kidding me with this. Just lost the mercenaries, just like that. Alright. Hang tight, mercenaries. We're coming. Alright, I'm going to have to slow things down a little bit here. And we're passing in the night here. So basically a reset on this war, which is not a good thing for me because it's going to just kill my war exhaustion. Alright, let's get the rest of these guys down here. Lose 2 war exhaustion, yes. Guess we can speed things up back a little bit again. What we've got to do is defeat his army in the field a couple of times so that they're no longer an issue for me. Here he comes. Maybe. Catch him while he's weak. He just had to fight some natives. Excellent. Perfect. Now, what I've got to do is I've got to chase him while he's rebuilding his force. And hit him again before he has a chance to recoup. And hopefully eventually destroy this army. It's not about the territory right now because he can just march around me and take more territory. doesn't seem to be working because he rebuilds faster than I can hit him again. Alright, so here's what we got to do. Got to break off. We'll keep the mercenaries back. And then we'll send the rest of the army to go chase him around. These guys can start taking this territory back. There we go. Now we gotta find where his army went. There they are. Alright. Ton of war exhaustion, but even my small army is defeating him now. Come on, there we go. Hit him again. Alright, did we finally destroy his army? I think I might have. Awesome, okay. Come on. Jeez, run into some natives who darn near defeated me. And now they're locked and I can't get them moved. There we go. Alright, now we'll finally finish off this war, which was way more involved than I even wanted at all. Alright, we got to get rid of these mercenaries because they're killing me right now. In cost. Where's the button to disband? Send them home. How do we do that? Been a while since I've done this with mercenaries. Oh, there's the button right there. Oh, okay. Send them over here. Bye, mercenaries. I appreciate your help. Okay, finally. All that said, we can now annex Susquehanna. No, we're not doing a white peace. No, that is not what I want at all. Are you kidding me? I can't take the territory. So I did all that for something I can't even do. Alright. Why can't I make it a core? Alright, so I'm not really sure why that is, but I would love to hear those of you who maybe are more of an expert on the game, why it is that I can't annex that territory because I can't make it a core. I guess I'm going to have to do some research into that, because I'm not aware of any reason that would keep me from doing that. I've never run into that in this game before, but that was a really costly war for me to come up with nothing to show for it. So I guess we're going to have to figure that out. So I'm going to stop right there for now. If you're familiar with the game and you know what the problem is there that I'm not seeing, let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably do some research, see what I can figure out. But that'll teach me to wage an aggressive war before I really know what I'm getting into, or what I'm able to accomplish with it. So as always, I welcome your input, your observations, your comments, your questions, your suggestions, your criticisms, any and all of it. Let's reduce our war exhaustion here. I should have been doing that throughout the war. That would have been helpful. But there you have it. I'll try to do one of these episodes every couple of days. In the meantime, be watching for some new episodes of some of the other games as well. As always, thank you to everyone who supports this channel, either by viewing the videos, by input and observations, by questions, your comments, or directly through the Patreon page. And I appreciate you guys most of all. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.